if I have your permission to do this interview, and you're going to say yes, and then we'll start off with your biographical information. All right? Where you were born, your parents, what they did, how many brothers and sisters you had, where you went to school, okay? So, this is Owen Brooks, 123, 123, 123.
This is Owen Brooks, 123, 123, 123.
Good morning, this is Owen Brooks. I'm at the Smith Robertson Museum with our oral history project this morning, and I have with me Reverend Willie Blue from Tallahatchie County. And Reverend Blue, I'm going to start by asking you, sir, do I have your permission to do this interview?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. And Reverend Blue, we would like you to start us off by giving us some information about yourself, your background, native of Tallahatchie County, your parents, where they came from, what kind of work they did. Give us a start off.
Well, I was born in the Blue Cane community in Tallahatchie County in 1939 to Willie Blue and Josephine Blue, which were sharecroppers. The Blue Cane community was one of the first black communities in Tallahatchie County where black people owned their own land. And
Blue Cane. C-A-N-E?
uh-huh,
I see.
has no relation to me.
I understand. All right. And your father's name was Willie Blue?
Willie Blue. My name is Edward, Willie Edward Blue.
All right. And your mother's name?
And Josephine Blue.
Okay. Were they natives of Tallahatchie County?
My mother and my father were natives of Tallahatchie County.
Okay. All right. And what did your father do in Tallahatchie?
He was a sharecropper until World War II.
All right.
And he went into the Navy in 42. And he served in the Navy until 46.
Your father?
Yes.
Okay. He was discharged in 46. Okay. So. And dear Mom?
My mom, she was a day worker, picking cotton by the day, chopping cotton by the day,
All right.
until we moved to town.
Was that around Charleston?
In Blue,
Okay.
it's 5 miles from Charleston. Blue Cane is 5 miles from Charleston. And when my father went in the Navy, we moved to town.
Moved to town.
And my mother became a beautician.
Mm-hmm.
She worked for one of the older beauticians in Charleston, Natty Towns. She took her training from Natty Towns. And then she went on to join the Beauticians Association. I don't remember what year that was, but she opened her own shop, and that's what she did, was fix hair.
All right. Now, how many siblings? How many brothers and sisters?
It was 3 of us to that union. My older sister Geraldine, and my older sister Bessie Helen, who died at the age of 3. And my
Geraldine and Helen?
Bessie Helen,
Bessie Helen. Geraldine. Okay.
and then me.
And who was the oldest?
Geraldine.
Geraldine. And where did you come? In the middle?
I was the last one.
Last one. You're the youngest. oldest. All right. Willie was the youngest. Okay. Now, your early schooling, Willie, tell me about that.
Well, it was a one shotgun room, school built next to Blue Cane Church by the people of the community.
Okay.
And,
That was Blue Cane Baptist Church? Next door.
next door, built by, the community men.
Mm-hmm.
They hauled wood on their wagons for a fire in the wintertime and brought water.
Okay.
And we had one teacher for everybody.
One teacher for everybody.
Now, I was too young to be there. I was graduate. My sister went to school, so I went too.
Yeah, you went too.
Right. It wasn't leaving me behind, so.
Okay. And that was, Bessie took the two of you?
Uh-huh.
Bessie took the two of you to school? Your sister Bessie?
Geraldine.
Geraldine, was she the oldest?
Yeah, she's 5 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
Bessie Helen died when I was like 1.
Oh, okay. So Geraldine was the oldest.
I don't remember Bessie Helen, but they told me about it.
All right, Sister Geraldine, and you went to school together. Do you remember how old you were when your sister Bessie died?
1.
One. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, and you stayed there and went to school. What did the school have a name? Or was it called Blue Cane School?
Uh-huh.
It was called Blue Cane School.
Right.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
community school.
All right. And how many grades did it have?
I think, everybody was in the same grade.
Everybody was in the same grade. Okay.
And then when we got to town, but this was before I was 6.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to town, I started school when I was 6
Mm-hmm.
in the Charleston Elementary School. From
Mm-hmm.
the 1st grade through the 3rd grade.
Okay. Then went to Charleston Elementary. And that was 1 to 6.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, so, and your sister Geraldine went with you.
Yes,
How much older was she than you?
5 years.
She was 5 years older. Okay. All right.
And I think she was a dropout around the 9th grade,
Okay.
went to California.
Did you go to grade 1 to 6 at Charleston Elementary?
Mm-hmm.
You did. Okay. Mhm. But sister left and went to California.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is she still alive?
No, she passed, I think it was 95.
Mhm. All right. 1995. Okay, now where'd you go from Charleston Elementary?
I went to it was Tallahatchie, County General High School, and then we changed the name.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the 9th grade, it became Allen Carver High School.
Mm.
And the school was very interesting. It was donated. The The land was donated by the Tallahatchie County Baptist Association of Churches.
All right, Alan Cobb. Okay, and that was a high school?
That was the high school. First time we had a football team, a basketball team.
Hmm. Now, that was the only school for blacks on the,
In Tallahatchie County.
in the eastern side?
Period.
Period?
Period.
The whole county?
Right.
Is that right? Oh, wow.
They came from all over the county
Mm.
starting in 1953.
Mm-hmm.
Buses bused everybody to
My Lord.
Allen College.
Mm-hmm.
I think in 55 they got another school on the west side.
Okay.
I think if I'm not correct, either 55 or 56.
55 or
Or
56?
56.
All right.
More like 56.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what the school was that they built in West Tallahatchie?
Yeah, West Tallahatchie High School.
Oh, that was West Tallahatchie, okay.
That's when Brother Bearden was from the Duquesne community. He had made major in the Army, and he retired, and he was responsible for getting that school.
Okay, that was built in 1956.
Something like that, about that.
All right, 1956. Mr. Bearden,
Bearden.
he became the principal? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Now tell me about your other brother, your deceased brother.
After World War II, after my father got out of the Navy, he and my mother divorced. He moved to St. Louis, and my mother began another family.
Okay, so your
I'm
dad
10
was
years older than anyone else in my family, in my brother.
any of the rest. Okay, discharged. Dad was discharged in what did you say?
46.
46? And then mom and dad divorced.
He moved away to St. Louis.
She did.
He did.
He or she?
He
Oh, he did.
moved away to St. Louis, got a job in the automobile factory,
I see.
Fisher Body, where they make bodies.
Oh, yeah, for Chevrolets.
Mhm.
Yeah. Fisher Body.
He worked there until he retired, and he died shortly after retirement.
What year was that?
80,
And,
1980.
okay. Right. Yeah, Fisher Body was famous. Fisher Body. General Motors. Till he retired
I think he retired in 78,
in 78?
and I think about 2 years later he passed.
Oh,
He was 64.
okay. He died in 1980? Okay. And he had remarried?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did your mom never
No,
remarried? Okay. So he died in 1980. And what were you saying about the other children now? How they came to be?
Yeah, she had 4 other children.
Your mom?
Uh,
Okay. Mom had 4 other children. And they, of course, were all younger than you.
I'm 10 years older than the next oldest one.
Okay.
The 2 next to me is deceased, and there's
2 boys, 2 girls?
2 boys, and the 1 girl got drowned. I was here in Jackson, that was in 64. 65, or 64, I forget.
The girl got drowned?
Uh,
Your sister?
Yeah, they were swimming, they had built a new dam, kids from, they slipped
You
off.
still living in Charleston?
Mhm.
Okay.
And she driving, trying to save her friend, and they both drowned.
Mm.
I was here in Jackson at the time,
And how old was she when she passed?
12.
12? Oh, my. Mhm. Okay. Now, let's see, how about the two boys? What is your sister's name that passed?
Pearl.
Pearl. Okay.
And Claude is next to me.
Claude.
He died, 202 or 3. I think it was 203, 202.
Brother Claude.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the brother next to him, Richard, had passed before he did.
What was his name?
Richard.
Richard.
And he died in 89.
Okay. Was that who I met? Because I met your brother.
No, Claude he was going to Alcorn in the 60s, and he was
Okay.
here a lot.
He's either one that sang? Who was the one that sang?
No, I think you're thinking about Peacock.
That's right. I'm thinking about Peacock. Sure.
James Arthur
Hey, James,
was a freedom singer.
There you go. I'm sorry. I was confused. Okay, so Brother Claude died, let's see, in 2002, and Brother Richard died in 1989.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Now, you finished high school in Charleston, right?
Yes.
And that was Allen Carver High. Did they rename that?
Yeah.
What did they rename it?
No, now it's back to Charleston High School, and
Oh, it's back to Charleston High
there's
School?
some white guy's name on it. I can't
Okay.
think of his name.
All right, what year did you finish high school?
I went in the Navy in '56.
You enlisted? Oh.
Volunteered to get out of here.
Enlisted
And correspondence courses
in the Navy
in '56.
in 1956.
And I graduated with my class in '58 through
Okay.
correspondence.
All right. Okay, and you and Peacock were in the same class?
Right.
He told me that in the interview.
Mhm.
Okay, now were you out of the Navy by that time?
No, I didn't get out of the Navy until '60.
60? Oh, okay. All right, so you did your 4 years. All right, discharged. Navy in 1960. Okay, you came back to Tallahatchie County.
Right.
What'd you do?
Well, when I got discharged
Mm-hmm.
in 1960, I drawed an unemployment check for 1 year for $29 a week.
Okay.
And they wanted me, they just ran me out of town because I would not work on the farm. They said, well,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to get away from here. You either work or you go.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Uh,
So I left.
you left
I
and
went to Chicago.
went to Chicago and when, 61?
And
Mm-hmm.
I came back in '62, determined that they was not going to run me out of town.
Okay.
And just because I wouldn't work for them.
Mm-hmm.
And in '63, I heard about Freedom Riders in Greenwood.
All right. Let's see. You came back in 62.
Mhm.
1962. 1963. Go ahead.
I heard about, everybody in Mississippi called civil rights workers freedom riders.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard about them in Greenwood. And a lady told me, since I was being harassed on the street, she said, well, why don't you go join up with the freedom riders and do something good for your people?
Who said that to you?
Bernie Kegler.
Oh, Miss Kegler. Oh, I know Miss Kegler. Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I took her advice,
Uh-huh.
and I showed up at the SNCC office in Greenwood.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hung around till they put me on the staff.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't any money then. Everybody had to make it, had to hustle or had to go for what you know
Yeah.
and survive.
Yes.
And they put me on staff, I think it was late in '63.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In Greenwood?
Uh-huh.
All right. Who'd you meet there? Who joined you up? Who was
Bob Moses.
Moses?
Moses. He explained that it didn't have any money,
Mm-hmm.
that they were glad that I was interested in working with them,
Mm-hmm.
and if I wanted to stick around, stick around. And after the March on Washington, that's when I could drive a car,
Uh-huh.
and I was pretty good at fixing them back
Okay.
then.
Back then?
And
Okay.
I knew my way around, and everybody wanted me to drive wherever they had to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I wound up on the staff. I
Mhm.
took a load of people from Greenwood to the March on Washington.
Oh, you drove?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And late that year, after that was over, we came back and started what we call the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. And by then I was on staff, and the ideal at that time was, people whites were saying we didn't want to vote. The governor was saying it was outside agitators, the scat-eyed niggas upset.
Oh, yeah.
And they happy, they don't want to vote. And we ran Aaron Henry.
The Freedom Vote.
Right.
All right.
And my assignment was Panola County.
Mm.
Frank Smith was,
Oh, yeah.
Frank was in charge from Holly Springs,
Mhm.
and Donald White and myself had what we call the Northern District.
Mhm.
And we worked that campaign.
What was the other name of the other fellow? White?
Yeah, Donald White
Donald White?
from Holly Springs. I didn't see his name on that list of veterans, but he was a staff member.
Oh, okay. Is he deceased?
No, when,
He's still alive?
uh-huh,
Oh, yeah?
he lives in Chicago.
Oh, okay. And he was from Panola County?
What county is Holly Springs?
That's Marshall County.
Marshall County, that's
Okay.
where he's from, he was born there.
All right.
And I think he joined the movement shortly after I.
Okay. Marshall County. Did you know Skip Robertson?
I heard the name, but
Okay.
I don't remember. I was working under Frank Smith in the
Frank
North.
Smith.
When that Freedom Party campaign was over,
Mm-hmm. Did you stay in Holly Springs
No.
or in Batesville or where?
Back to Greenwood.
Back to Greenwood?
And that's when, my dates are a little mixed up, but it was, the March on Washington was 64.
March on Washington was 63.
Right, okay, well, 64,
Was the Atlantic City Democratic Convention?
that's what it was.
Okay. Did you go to Atlantic City?
Yes,
You did. Did you take some folk? Did you drive there? How'd you get there?
drove the car, yeah, we had the donated car.
Yeah. Okay. Were you a delegate?
No,
Okay.
I was just there.
All right. You drove some of the delegates there?
I don't remember who the delegates were. Yes, Mrs. Hamer, and my recollection of who was what at that time is a little foggy. But the record speaks for itself.
All right. Let's see, you drove some of the delegates. All right. Did you stay till the end of the convention? You stayed as long as the delegation from Mississippi stayed?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Tell us about that. Anything sticks out in your mind about that trip to Atlantic City?
Yes,
Tell me about it.
when Mrs. Hamer, it was the most dramatic moment I had seen in my life up to that point,
Mm-hmm.
when she poured those votes out on the table
Okay.
and said that the people of Mississippi do want to vote.
Uh-huh. The Credentials Committee testimony?
Mhm.
All right.
And they gave us 2 seats, which a lot of people were disappointed, but I was very happy because at least
When they offered the compromise, you mean?
we had not been recognized as even existing before.
Exactly.
So now we do exist, we got 2 seats.
So you were for accepting the compromise?
Yes.
You were for accepting the
Yes.
compromise? All right.
Yes, I was very happy,
You were very, all right.
because we had not, up until that point, we had no existence.
Hmm. But they
At all,
didn't
by
accept it?
anybody.
But they didn't accept it?
Well, that's all right, they was offered.
All right. Okay, that's good.
That made me feel like I did exist.
Okay.
I don't, they've been saying I don't exist.
You didn't feel badly about them
No.
not accepting it, though?
No, I didn't. I mean, the strategy,
That was a strategy?
right, so
Okay.
I wasn't upset about that.
Okay, very good. All right. Okay. So you were satisfied that you all had gone there
Mm-hmm,
and made your mark?
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, it was a very interesting time. Everybody wanted to vote. Even when I go out in the cotton field, people, some of them wanted to vote twice.
Yeah. That's good.
So I felt good about that whole situation.
All right. Now, when you came back from Atlantic City,
Mm-hmm.
where did you return to Greenwood?
Greenwood.
Okay.
Shortly after that, the snake office moved from Greenwood to Jackson to Lynch Street.
Mm-hmm.
Then came the March on Washington. That happened while we were in Greenwood, the March on Washington.
No, it didn't. No. You went to the March on Washington was 1963. Okay? You went to Atlantic City in 64.
Right.
While you were in Atlantic City, the summer project was going on
That's right.
in Mississippi.
That's right.
Okay. So when you came back from Atlantic City, the summer project was still going on. So did you stay on there in Greenwood?
Batesville.
Huh?
Batesville.
Oh, you went to Batesville?
I left Batesville. I stayed in Batesville like 3 months.
Oh, you did, during the summer of '64?
Right.
Or after you came back?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so, let's see, you returned to Greenwood from Atlantic City and went back to Batesville?
Uh-huh. Panola County.
Alright.
Now, my dates is a little foggy, but
Now, who headed up the summer program in Batesville?
Frank Smith was for the Northern District.
Oh, the Panola County, yeah, that's right.
Panola County, Marshall County,
Mhm,
Lafayette County.
mhm,
And that was Frank Smith.
mhm.
And we had some very good people in Batesville that should not be forgotten. Some were
Right.
passed on.
Remember Robert Miles is passed on?
Right,
I knew Robert really well.
right, but there were some other people.
Yeah,
like,
tell me about it, tell me about it.
Mr. Ira Johnson
Ira Johnson,
was a black landowner
okay,
and black farmer.
alright,
And his wife, Mrs. Elizabeth, and he had a bunch of small children, 4 or 5.
mhm,
But he had a 56 Ford that she used every day. We used it. She used driving me around.
Was he an independent farmer?
Yep.
Did he own his own land?
Right.
He did?
Yeah,
Do you remember how many acres he had?
I don't remember, but I think it was something like, one person back then couldn't farm much.
Yeah, he did it by himself?
Yeah.
Must have
Even
had
his
about
children
50, 60
were
acres?
small. Yeah,
Yeah,
about that.
small farm?
Uh-huh.
Okay, who else, was in that area then?
Let me think. Reverend Middleton
Alright,
and Robert Miles, you know about.
yes, I know Robert.
And it was some people in the town. It was,
There was a lady up there who was sort of, I think she was sort of the NACP head, I think she was, that I met up there the next year when I went up there. Then we sent somebody to work with Robert Miles up there.
yeah, well, this was after.
Yeah, this was after. What I'm talking about is after y'all came back, right? The next year, '65. Yeah, okay. Now you stayed on up there until, and what you do up there? Voter registration and tell me what all were the activities going on?
That's the main objective was,
That was the main activity?
yeah, voter registration.
Uh-huh. Okay. Mhm.
I had a tough sheriff up there, Ross Darby, that didn't.
Mhm.
He didn't allow black women to wear shorts or lipstick in town.
Is that right? The sheriff?
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
no pedal pushers and no lipstick.
Mm. Mm-mm.
So that was a big issue, to the people.
Yes, right. Did he harass y'all? Sheriff, what was his name, Darby?
Ross Darby, D-A-R-B-Y.
Ross Darby, okay. And he harassed the snake workers? He didn't put none of y'all in jail, did he?
Not really. I think, I told you that story about Mr. Sullivan and his 6 brothers.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Well, the biggest rally we had in Panola County
Mhm.
at Romina Baptist Church, I think it was. And the house was just full of people. And he came up, him and 5 other guys, white guys, in a car. And
This is Mr. Sullivan?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna get to how I know his name.
okay.
He had Reverend Middleton that put him in the back seat of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody told me I better come out and check on what's going on. They got Reverend Middleton in the car. I'm saying, who got Reverend Middleton in the car?
Mm-hmm.
When I got out there, they were parked pretty close to the door. And I went out, and I opened the door and said, come on, Reverend Middleton. He's about 90 years old.
Oh,
And I'm saying, you don't have to get in this car.
Mhm.
And he said, well, if they want to take me, let them take me.
that's what the Reverend said?
He's, trying to protect him. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got him out the car. Then Mr. Sullivan got out, the driver.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, my name is Mr. Sullivan, and I'm here with my 6 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He had a gun in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
When he had that, he pulled out his gun,
Mm-hmm.
and said, I'm here with my 6 brothers. I told him, I don't care about your 6 brothers. I got a whole house full of brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said that, people looking out the window saw the gun,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody fled.
Everybody what?
Fled.
Fled. Okay, get out the way quick.
That parking lot emptied really quick. And it was just me and Mr. Sullivan and
As well.
Reverend Middleton
And Reverend Middleton.
was all that left. And when he saw that,
Mm-hmm.
he put his gun in his belt, got in his car and left.
He did.
Yep. Well, he had won
Yeah.
without firing a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. And what do you think his point was? What was his point?
break up the meeting,
That was all he wanted to do.
that's it.
Son of a gun. Huh? Mm.
I thought 100 people would stand their ground.
God have mercy.
But that's the condition, the mental condition that they had most black Mississippians
Yeah.
in at that particular time.
All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. What you all do after that?
Well, we had a young girl that was staff member. Her name's not on the thing either. Wardine Henderson.
I know Wadeen.
Nah, that's who it was. She
Oh,
did.
yeah. Wadeen was from Batesville.
Right,
Yeah.
but he was only 16.
Yeah, she was only 16.
At
But she
that
joined
time.
the Freedom Corps.
Yeah.
When we organized the Freedom Corps,
Right.
Wadeen joined.
Well,
Yeah.
then you need to interview Wardine.
I know Wadeen very well. Where is Wadeen now?
The last I heard,
She was out on the coast, wasn't she?
somebody said Texas.
In Texas?
That's what the,
Well, I'll tell you, I went to, San Francisco and Oakland, and I saw Wardine in Oakland.
well, that might be what.
But that was a long time ago. That was like 20 years ago, in the 80s.
Okay.
She was working on a newspaper or something.
Okay, I visited the church, I think it was in like, it was after 93 because I became a minister in 93. It was more like 94, 95. I went back to that church.
Where was it?
In Batesville.
In Batesville.
And I asked about Wardine.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really know, but somebody just said, well, I think she's in Texas, I don't know.
Mm.
So I don't know.
And that was in 93 or 94?
Yeah, 90.
94. So I figure that out, because I haven't heard from Wardine, about Wardine in a long time. And what's the name was from Sardis? What was the boy's name from Sardis?
I know you're talking about,
Oh, he moved down here to Jackson. I think he went back to Sardis though after
he went to Rust, didn't
you got me. I really
he?
don't know. I'm gonna think of his name.
Me too.
Maurice Webb. You remember Maurice?
Yeah, that was.
He was from Silas.
Right, and a young lady was named Josephine, was from there too. I forget her last name.
Mhm.
But she was with us all the way up through the Freedom Summer.
All the way to Freedom Summer?
Right, her name's not on there either. Got that?
Okay. Jeez, that brings back memories. 'Cause I used to know
Josephine
some
Anderson,
people up
I'm
there.
not sure if it's Anderson.
Josephine Anderson?
I'm not absolutely sure about the last name.
Okay, and who was up there volunteered with when you and Frank were in the project in '64?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, all these people there?
Volunteers.
Oh.
But mostly Ms. Elizabeth Johnson, I was telling you about that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
used her car all that summer,
Mhm.
and she was very instrumental in transportation and other things.
Elizabeth Johnson.
Mhm.
Was she from Panola County?
Right.
From Batesville?
Mhm.
Okay.
And her husband was very, very instrumental,
All right.
along with Reverend Middleton and Robert Miles.
Hmm. Hmm. There were some other people too,
Yes.
but I can't remember their names.
Yes, I
So
have a
long
hard
ago.
time remembering
Yeah.
names. I could see their faces plain, but I
He does, huh?
don't remember the names.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay, after in '64, let's see, after the summer project, which way did you head?
Uh, New York.
Went to New York?
Hmm
Yeah.
I went to Cal Penny Films. They taught.
You went to what?
Cal Penny Film.
What's that?
Well, Hortense Beveridge was a film editor, and they were a film company, a moving picture film company.
Uh-huh.
And I went there to learn how to shoot moving pictures.
Is that
I
right?
became the SNCC
Yeah?
I was the first moving picture photographer
Yeah.
for SNCC.
Is that right? Okay, Mr. Blue. So you went to New York
For the
in
training.
'65?
Uh-huh.
1965?
Well, let me see, it might have been late in '64.
Was after the summer project.
Before the summer project.
Oh, it was before the summer project.
Right.
Listen, I gotta go to bed.
Okay, go ahead.
Could we hold a minute?
Uh-huh.
I'll be right back.
Okay, now think about it.
All right, try to remember that.
Yeah.
Shut the camera off while I go. Sorry about this, you know, old men like
Hey,
me.
you
Got
ain't
to go
doing
to
nothing
bed.
I don't do.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Excuse the interruption, Rev.
No problem. No problem.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Old guys like me have to do
Like
all
us.
these kinds of things.
Like us.
All right, you were telling me about going to New York City.
Yeah. And that was before, because I was getting trained to be a movie, to take movies.
Okay, do you remember what year it was? Was it '64?
The same year, I was in New York when Goodman and Cheney
64.
was murdered.
That was '64. Okay, and what was the name?
Hortense Beveridge.
Oh, okay.
Worked, she was a film editor at Cal
Hortense?
Penny, Cal, C-A-L-P-E-N.
Hortense what?
Beveridge,
Beveridge.
B-E-V-R-A-G-E.
Okay. And the Cal, and the other person? Cal Penny?
That's the film company.
Oh, Cal Penny was a film company. Did she work for her?
She's
Okay.
a film editor.
Okay.
I think she did that, the editoring on that black film, The Preacher, and what was it, Sidney Poitier and Harry
Buck and the
Bell.
Preacher?
Right.
Oh, really? Okay, now let's see, what was I gonna ask you? Okay, you went up there to be trained as a,
Motion picture photographer.
as a, that's interesting.
Again, one of Bob's friends.
Okay, how many months did you stay up there for that?
it was summertime, and I stayed up there when the civil rights workers were killed. I
Mhm.
came back about, I guess it was a couple of weeks after that.
Okay, that might have been in August, 64. Is that right? No,
I don't
no,
remember.
yeah.
Faces and places, I remember.
Now, did you do that after you came back from Atlantic City? Or before you went to Atlantic City?
I don't really, I get confused with the March on Washington and Atlantic City.
Okay, Atlantic City was the Democratic Convention, the FDP. The Democratic Convention, and you drove the people to Atlantic City, right?
But I think it was from Washington,
It was from, no, and from Atlantic City.
from Washington to Atlantic City.
Okay, Washington,
That was not.
that was a different year,
Right,
63.
okay, I'm confused, but,
63 was the March on Washington.
right,
Okay.
it was after that,
It was after the March on Washington.
right, because.
Okay. That had to be in 1963 then. All right. Now, what was it that you remember about that? You brought it up, you know, that training that you had received. So it was something about that episode in your life that,
Oh, yeah.
that you remember.
Yeah, we were here in Jackson at that time,
Okay,
and I could step off the curb and get arrested.
okay, all right.
And I don't know how, but a lot of things happened here in Jackson. I think Bob was just getting me out of here for, for a minute.
Oh, okay.
That's my.
Oh, that was after Medgar died, right?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
yeah,
And
all right.
I was getting arrested, getting beat up.
Okay, so you had to, so he sent you into New York.
Do my training as a motion picture photographer
All right. How long did you stay up there?
until 2 weeks after the civil rights workers.
Were found.
Right.
Okay. All right, that's 64. That was in 64.
I don't have no problem with faces and places, but dates and
Dates,
numbers.
yes.
And numbers.
All right. Now, let's get back to 64 Summer Project. You came back from Atlantic City. You went back to Panola County. You worked in the project for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you do from there?
Here in Jackson.
Came back to Jackson?
And we were headquartered in Jackson. We would come like once a month for staff meeting.
Oh. Okay. And what you do?
What, here in Jackson?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, just whatever,
Whatever was going on?
Yeah, at that particular time.
Okay. All right.
I forget what the name of Jackson.
So you didn't go back to Panola County after that?
No,
No. Okay. And you didn't go back to Tallahatchie?
no.
No?
After that, I went to Chicago. We went to Chicago. I forget exactly what year that was, but I went back to Chicago. I worked with the Chicago area Friends of SNCC.
Oh, you did?
Lawrence Landry
Oh.
was heading up a group that was called the Chicago Area Friends of SNCC.
Okay. And you worked with them?
And I got on staff with Triple CO, Coordinating Council of Community Organizations on the South Side.
All right, hold up. Okay.
Triple CO was headed up by Al Raby.
I remember already, yeah.
I worked directly with him.
Alright. Okay, how long did you stay up there?
I stayed until
You stayed in Chicago?
until 85.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, okay. And what'd you do?
Well, when after Triple CO, I just kind of dropped out of the movement.
All right. Triple CO.
Coordinating Council of Community Organizations.
Coordinating Council of Community write that out, hold on. And Al Raby was ahead of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I had problems.
Now, when I came up there in '68, you were in Chicago.
More than likely, what happened?
I came with the Mississippi Loyalist delegation in '68.
Okay. The reason I'm saying it like I am,
Yeah.
I had some problems with women. I was back and forth, and when I leave and come back to Mississippi,
Yeah.
she followed me.
Mm-hmm.
So I wound up going back, I wound up just dropping out of the movement.
Oh, okay.
That's,
All right. Let me see now.
that was about that time.
About that time? Okay, all right. Okay. Because I know I came in '68
Mhm.
with the delegation. You were there.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I didn't
You didn't participate?
know
Okay.
because Students for a Democratic Society at the they were
Mhm.
determined that they were going to do things.
Yeah, they had demonstrations on the
Well, I was not a part of it because,
Yeah.
you know.
Uh-huh. I
and,
understand.
Well, I knew what was going to happen to them.
So did I. Yeah.
So I didn't want that. I said no,
I knew that.
and then I just dropped on out of all of it.
Okay. Did you work? Did you do any work in the Chicago area?
Yeah, I got a job with Chicago Housing Authority
Oh, housing authority? You did.
as a painter.
You did. Okay. Mhm. Well, I'll be done. Okay. Now, did you go back and forth to Mississippi?
Mm-hmm.
You were going back and forth? Where, to?
Charleston.
To Charleston?
You know, visit my mother.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Let me see now.
Sometimes I even come down here to Jackson, hang out with Jesse and
The guy.
Alice and Jimmy.
Mhm.
2-3 weeks till my money run out. Then I go back.
Okay. Alright.
And my-
Now, what led you what year did you become a preacher? You got in the ministry. Tell me how you got involved in the ministry?
my mother became ill, my brother, they was not, doing what I thought they should be doing.
Mhm.
I came back, and
When was this now?
I came back in 86,
86?
took permanent,
To do what?
to stay with my mother permanently.
Came
And I got a job,
Was 1986?
mhm,
Alright.
I got a job with, the paper mill up in Grenada when they were building it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I got a job first, toting steel until they got it erected, and then I became a painter until it was finished.
Mhm.
And that was in '89. I was living with a woman, and
You were doing, you were not a painter when you were working in the paper mill,
Mm-hmm.
huh?
At first, I wasn't,
Oh.
paper mill wasn't built, but I helped build it.
Oh, you helped
And
build the
then
paper mill?
when it was built, I moved from rod buster to painter.
Okay. Whose paper mill was that?
Grenada.
No. It was, who owned that mill?
Well, the Japanese own it, but
Huh?
I know it's another name, yeah.
I'm trying to remember who was that.
Newsprint South.
Was that who it was?
That's Newsprint South.
Hmm, okay.
But I was working for a construction company that was building it.
Okay. And you were living in Charleston?
Right,
And you would go back and forth to Grenada?
right.
Okay, how long a ride that?
It's 30 miles.
30 miles? Oh, okay.
60
I've
miles.
ridden it dozens of times, but I couldn't remember how far.
60-mile round trip
Okay.
in Charleston. And
Mm.
I did that until they got it finished. I think it was late in '89.
Mhm.
And I was living with a lady who I eventually married. And I became an alcoholic. Well, I was already an alcoholic, but it really got bad.
Mhm.
And I went back to Chicago to the VA rehab center.
Oh, okay. What year was that?
90.
In 90?
Mhm. I came back, my mother passed in 91, in February of 91.
Oh.
I came back and was living with my wife. We wasn't married then, but I was living with her.
Okay.
And
When did you get married?
uh,
You remember what year that was?
93.
93?
Mhm. And then, well, I joined the church first. Then I was either gonna move or not shack anymore or get married. So we
Mhm.
decided to get married.
That's it. All right. Now, the first thing you did was join the church.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, the first thing I did was go to rehab.
Oh, I got that.
Then joined
I
the
already
church,
have that.
then got married.
Okay.
And
And that was in 92, 91? or
93.
92.
something like that.
Okay. Because your mom passed in 91.
91,
So this was after your mom
After,
passed.
okay.
Yeah.
And after I got married, joined the church,
Mm-hmm.
then I became a minister. I think it was more like 95, 94 or 5.
All right.
It's on my license where I was ordained. I think it's 94 or 5. I can look it
Was
up.
this in Tallahatchie County?
Right. I served the Tallahatchie County Association of Baptist Churches. I was missionary for them for 4 years until it was 98 or 99. And after that, I became associate pastor with a moderator who had been moderating in Tallahatchie County for 50 years. He was like 90, so I
Mhm.
was associate pastor with him over in Coffeyville,
In Coffeyville?
Bethlehem.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
after he
What was the church. You remember the name of the church in Copperfield?
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem. Was that Missionary Baptist Church?
Mhm.